When searching for gear for our needs, we had to find something affordable yet competitive. And this is what we picked up. You'll see after this. So the camera we went with, for us, that we felt like was the best kind of bang for your buck, we wanted to go with a full size sensor camera, just because honestly I don't like shooting on Super 35, even though we're shooting on Super 35 right now. So we wanted to get something that was full frame, could handle run and gun shooting, could handle low light situations. We kind of felt like it was an all around workhorse, and that is this, the FX3. So clearly we've done a little bit of modding out of our FX3, but the FX3 is a great little camera here. It's roughly around like $4,000, which you're like affordable. Well, for us, having our main camera that we normally shoot on, having it be in the price range that we felt like we could afford, but yet be competitive with all these other big cinema cameras like the C70, even the FX6, or some of the other competitors in the market, the Komodo, for instance. We felt that the FX3 was something that we wanted to have. And honestly, it's been a dream. Having the FX3, without it all rigged out and stuff like that, as a super small camera, sometimes that can kind of look non-professional, I guess, to certain clients. But when you kind of rig it out, like, looks pretty beefy. So let's talk about kind of like what we have attached to this FX3 here. We decided to go with our first lens here. We went with the 24-70 2.8, the Sony E-mount lens here. Having a 24-70 for us is a super versatile lens. It's probably one of the most versatile lenses. We eventually want to get cine lenses, but for our first lens, I felt like it was a really good purchase. Just having that focal length of 24-70 at constant aperture of 2.8 is just really versatile, especially for like weddings, running gun shooting. You can just do all kinds of different things with it. And then the second thing is so with the purchase of the Sony FX3 and the FX30, which is what our other camera that we're shooting on this now, we have the top handle. Comes with a top handle. If you want to purchase it, you can purchase that in the package with it. We got the full small rig cage with the base plate and the adapter here that has the rails attached to it, all small rig stuff, just because small rig is really affordable, and they make quality products. I suggest you check them out. This is not sponsored by them, but we love their products. But yeah, we got the base plate, the cage, the plate that has the rails attached into it, and then we also got the handle extender, because I will say the one thing that Sony did mess up on the FX3 and the FX30 is the top handle blows. It just sucks. And so the thing is that we wanted to get something just so that I can fit my hands around it. Most people feel that way. You can see tons of reviews online about how their handle is pretty inadequate. But then, and then we got a nano rail mount that is a monitor mount. It just slides onto the nano rail here, connects to our monitor here. That was super cheap. Another good small rig product. And then for us, most people kind of go with the Atomos or the small HD for their monitor. Honestly, I just didn't want to spend the money on something that I knew eventually I was going to upgrade in the future. So what we went with was an AndyCine C7. It's a 7-inch monitor, which is actually really big, but it had the biggest thing for us was that it had the highest nits. Nits is basically just the brightness of it. So when you're outside on a sunny day, you don't have to have like barn doors on it to hide from the reflections or anything like that. It's actually just bright enough. It's brighter than most cell phones, stuff like that. And so it was a huge sell for us. You can also change a bunch of settings in it, have histograms to parades. It has focus peaking and zebras, and you can also import LUTs on it. So for us, it would just seem like a win-win. It was super affordable. I think it was around like $300. We'll put the price of everything probably in the description here. Turn this around. We got a external battery source here. It's a micro V mount. It's also another small rig product. Honestly, we might make a full video on just this product because I think that I think it's absolutely amazing product. Basically, it's a battery. You can get them in different sizes. We have the 99 here, which lasts us about a full day of shooting. We have that powering the camera and the monitor, which is super nice, and it works out very well from us. It also, the reason why I picked this over maybe a different V-mount that could have been a little bit cheaper or something like that was it has a Type-C port. Super crucial for the FX3s because to power this, we actually have a cable here we got from Condor Blue that goes from Type-C to Type-C, and then it has we just have a normal battery in the actual battery slot, but from the Type-C to Type-C, that allows us to charge this camera, which is super great. Sometimes there are some products out there that people suggest that I've heard about. I've heard a ton of negative reviews about, which is like the dummy battery that has a cable that runs to an external battery source. I heard that can actually heat up your camera and basically fry the camera. And then, yeah, we just have a normal D-tap battery that runs from, also this has a D-tap as well. Also has a couple micro USB C. It has a micro USB. It has a couple volt in and outs, but we just have it D-tapped as well to our monitor, and then an HDMI cable from the monitor to the camera. I have the rail system supporting that. We actually bought too big of rails. Probably going to replace those out. Those are pretty cheap as well. Normally we rock a Sennheiser MKE 600, and this that comes on the top handle. We run audio straight into that actual XLR out, which gives us great audio there, unless we're running audio through basically a recorder or through lapels or something like that. But if we're have it shotgunned in, that's kind of like the setup for that. Super great setup. Like I said, I'll put prices down. If I just kind of ballpark it, you're looking at about $4,000 for the camera. You're looking at about $1,400 to $1,500 for the lens. And then I know the whole cage and rigging setup was roughly around like $500, $600, and the battery was about $400, and this was about $350. I think it's super budget friendly. You can just strip it down if you want to. You could just buy extra batteries. You don't have to have an external battery. And I think that it's still a really great camera. I think it just depends on like what your needs are and how those meet your needs. For us, the biggest thing for us was we really wanted a monitor, because I hate using the flip out monitors. Even though the Sony's monitor is perfectly fine, we actually have that flipped out on the side so that we can still see things as we shoot on operator side, just in case we have to change some settings or what have you. But for us, having the monitor be able to see in the dark and in the bright sunlight, also be able to import LUTs that we like. For like right now, we just have a S-Log3 to a Rec 709 LUT. Just to make sure that once we get into post, nothing looks funny or anything like that. And it was just a safety net for us to be able to make sure that exposure is done correctly and the colors look match correctly. And yeah, that's a camera we're shooting with. So other things that we picked up that we think are pretty affordable things I just kind of want to hit on are lights. Lights are a big thing of what filmmakers use to create their content. We have 3 lights that we use pretty much on a regular basis. We have the Amaron 200X. We actually just recently bought that. It's a 200 watt light. It's bicolor. Pretty small light, pretty like mobile light. It comes with an electrical plug-in instead of like the V-mount or gold mount battery powered ones that are capable of that. It's just an electrical power for us that works. We bought that because we wanted a bicolor light. It really, we don't use that all the time, but when we need it, right? And so we wanted to have it. Roughly about like a $300 light. And then we bought 2 small rig 120s. Super affordable lights. They're like, I'm pretty sure they're like about $100 a piece. Like I said, I will put the pricing in the description. Super great lights. Super affordable, super mobile, come in super nice cases, kind of like the Apertures. And I think that small rig is actually really coming into the market as far as lighting. If they keep increasing their lighting packages, I think they're going to be a really good source to look into as far as like affordability. And then we went with some Godox soft boxes for those lights. We bought 2 because I don't think that really we're going to use all 3 at one time. But, you know, we bought the 35-incher and the 45-incher. We're actually using the 35-incher right now to light me. Super nice soft boxes. They're one of the like easy put together, easy collapsible ones. The only thing, just this isn't a knock on them, but didn't come with a egg crate or grid on it. So if you're looking to get one of those, like, you might not want to go with that brand, but you're going to probably pay a little bit more money. But we're really happy with them. Creates a lot of soft light. And the lights are super nice. They don't overheat. They don't make a lot of noise. Last thing is that I kind of want to touch on is kind of like the trifecta of the things that you need for your filmmaking is audio. So I mentioned before we were rocking a Sennheiser MKE 600. We use that shotgun mic, but that's of course not used for every circumstance. We also have a boom pole that we run it through a recorder, a little Tascam recorder, and then we also picked up the DJI lapel kind of system that they have there. Super innovative system, kind of like the old, not even old, but the Rode mic system that they got going on. I just think that DJI kind of, you know, not saying that Rode is a bad quality, but DJI just came out with these when we purchased them. I really want to test them out. I had a friend that bought it, used it, and she loved it, and she said it was super easy. And so we ended up picking those up as well, just to have backup audio, or depending on what we're shooting, maybe a wedding or a interview, if we felt like that is like way easier to set up and control the audio through that, and we want to be able to do that as well. So for me, that is kind of like our little setup there. We love the FX3. We also have the FX30. There might be coming another review on that. If you want to see that, definitely drop something in the comments. We'll put a review on the FX30. Most of the footage that you've been seeing from us up until this point has been from the FX3. That is our main workhorse. We just absolutely love it. And then the FX30 we use for, you know, kind of behind the scenes stuff, and it's a great quality camera. But if you want to see that, definitely let us know. We also have a couple other gear. Maybe that's not like such a big thing. Maybe like our computers or what we're editing on. You know, I'm pretty sure you've seen a video before about DaVinci, but how we kind of do that whole process. If there's anything else that you kind of want to see from us as far as gear or whatever, definitely leave something in the comments. Basically, if you've stuck through this whole video, we love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. We really appreciate it. If you could do me a favor, can you please just like the video, subscribe to the video, check out our social medias, follow us there. We're going to be doing posts there as well. We have some merchandise on our website. If you'd like to pick something up to support us and definitely help us continue doing these videos and continue shooting, doing something that we love, but also giving value to you guys. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up there, and until the next one.